Hello everybody, CalviNNation here, and I have a Benchmade Model 42 to sell. What? I do. I made a video about this a while ago, and I was really actually flooded with emails. But let me get a few things out of the way right now. One, I want to sell it to a Canadian. Two, I want that person to be old enough, 18 or older, hopefully. I don't know, just someone who's really passionate, hopefully, about getting one. And C, probably $450 or best offer for this thing. And at this point, I'm just going to say no to pretty much any American. I'm sorry. So getting that out of the way, let's talk a little bit about this more. I feel really kind of annoyed, and I'm going to pull the knife out and show you guys everything. I feel kind of annoyed being this guy, who's selling a knife and will kind of take the best offer. But these knives weren't easy for me to get. I actually went to America to buy both of these. One for me and one for my friend. And my friend just really isn't into them as much as he was anymore. So he asked me to sell it. And this is his. I haven't cleaned it or anything. It's not really dirty, but it's essentially totally new in box. He maybe put, less than 10 hours of flipping on this thing. And those were beginner hours. So it's not like he was freestyling like crazy and he was flying all over the floor and everything. And maybe I'm getting into it a little bit too quick, showing you the quality of everything. But yeah, this thing's, I would definitely go so far to say is pretty much brand new in box. The only things it has is some very, very slight scuffs. You can see here just a tiny bit of discoloration on the blade. That's from the handles rubbing against it, which anyone who's owned a 42 will know that that's pretty much inevitably going to happen. It was Loctited and lubed, but that's just a thing that happens with every knife. With 42s, you're always going to get this play pretty much. You can tighten it a bit, but it's pretty much always going to come back down to this play where basically the inside of the bottom of this handle hits the inside of the top of that handle kind of thing, and opposite, you can see. So play is good. Lockup is totally solid. With mine in the open position, actually, mine doesn't actually really lock up in the open position because my tang pin has been peened out. It does, but it's kind of dangerous, honestly. I might break it. But you can see the lockup on my 42 in the closed position is, you can't really tell that easy. Well, yeah, it's much looser than this one. And that's just some dust there. There's only dust on this. So yeah, this lockup is tight. Everything's good about this. Basically, again, like I'm going to say, this thing is like new in box. I think that's what LNIB means. I don't even know. Frick. It's got the paperwork, it's got the sheath, and it's got the knife. So again, I mean, here's the story behind it. And frickin', I've said so much shit about being Canadian that I hopefully won't get in trouble now. But basically, I went to America with my dad, just me and him, and we bought this knife in Buffalo, and we brought it back over to Canada. And that means we bought it at a full, and honestly the receipt, or no, I took the price tag off. The price was actually on it, where this little sticker mark was, is $280. And there's a lot of people out there who say it's really selfish to sell a 42, 400 and up. It's not worth it. That's really not the point. The point is, they're not incredibly not rare. I mean, so like they're rare. And what am I gonna do just because I'm a nice guy? Sell it for $400 or less? I paid pretty much $300 for it, plus gas money, going all the way to America to get it. So honestly, I'd prefer selling this for $500 or more, or best offer. And that sounds kind of like a dick thing to say. Maybe it is. But I would really like to sell this to a Canadian who really, really wants it and is willing to spend up to $500 or more for it. Because like I said, I mean, even just in the process of getting this knife with what it's actually was worth at the time, $280, with gas money, with everything that we did just to get it, this knife is basically worth $350. Like, right out of the box for me. So selling it for $400 really does nothing for me, and I'd like to make my friend a profit, and I'd like to make a little profit off it as well. So, with having said that, again, my criteria: I want a Canadian, I want someone who's going to really want this knife and who will really flip it. I don't want a 13-year-old who's just been wanting this knife for a while. I don't want any low balls. I don't want to hear any of this bullshit like I'll give you $330 for it. And yeah, I mean, what else can I say? It's a knife for sale, and I'm thinking of maybe just putting a limit on it, like saying in the next 2 weeks I'll look through all the emails and all the offers, and whoever really wants it in the next 2 weeks gets it. Because last time I just kind of let it go for like a couple months, and I had like hundreds of emails, and even though I said I didn't want Americans, like literally hundreds of Americans were emailing me asking for it. And I get that. I mean, you tell me you want $1,000 for it, how am I not going to sell it to someone in America, right? But yeah. Again, I prefer to keep it in Canada for someone who's really passionate about knives and who will actually like it, because these knives are honestly so special to me. Like I said, even just the process of getting them was amazing. I was 17, I think. I don't even... Yeah, I was 16, I think. I'm 24 now. It was in 2009, I think. And we went to America, we bought them. It was like literally in the top like 10 days of my life, you know. It was so like, I wanted this knife so bad, and my friend wanted it too. I'm so good at getting my friends on bandwagons. I was like, bro, look at these knives. They're so sick. We need to get ourselves one. And we did. And I honestly, this is just a whole new story, I guess. I honestly had this weird premonition that they might be discontinued soon. And I remember telling my dad, like, yo, we need to go soon, we need to go soon. And my dad's such a good sport. He's like, yeah, let's make a cool day out of it. So we went, we got the 42s. And I think just a couple months later they were discontinued. I think in 2010. And we bought them around September 2009. So... yeah, I was so grateful for that. So there's a lot of story behind this knife. And honestly, a big reason of the price is because it's, I guess, really just like special to me, and it costs such a lot to get it. So I could keep talking about it. So that's my video. I'll put the criteria in the the description. And I mean, you guys have seen the knife. I'm not shitting you. It's a great knife. I'll clean it up even more, just polish it up, get it real nice. I'll get it lubed up for whoever gets it. And oh yeah, one other thing, I'll put this in the description too, but I live in the GTA. You Canadians should know where that is, specifically Hamilton. I go to Oakville every day, very close to Toronto. So honestly, also as well, I'd prefer someone who's around in Toronto, Oakville, somewhere close. We could even meet up. I could give it to you. If you're actually an avid follower of mine, we could flip for a bit, whatever. So yeah, See you guys.